For a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope this finds you in good health. And today we wrap up our discussion on the topic of management science and discuss as to whether a degree in management science is worth it. Yeah. So as we talked about this before, a management degree, right? It basically, it prepares students for leadership roles in businesses as well as organizations. Now, with topics covering everything from marketing to human resources to accounting. These programs they provide a very holistic foundation for managing teams, projects, as well as companies, right? But is pursuing, that's the question, right? That is pursuing a bachelor's or master's degree in management truly worth the time and financial investment? So this comprehensive guide, it basically examines if a management education offers strong ROI in terms of job prospects, salary potential, as well as overall career courses, right? So first of all, let's talk about the skills that are learned with a management science degree, right? So, obviously, number one, you have leadership and communication. So, a core part of any management program, it focuses on developing leadership abilities as well as communication strategies, right? You have courses that teach students how to effectively direct teams, how to motivate the employees, right? How to resolve conflicts and connect visions into actions, right? Students also get the chance to improve their public speaking as well as their writing skills for presenting ideas or leading the meetings, right? Secondly, we talk about business strategy as well as decision making, right? So through case study analysis as well as strategic planning projects, future managers they basically strengthen their analytical as well as critical thinking abilities, right? So a management degree basically it is equipping our students to evaluate complex business situations, right? To weigh the trade-offs and determine the optimal solutions. Coursework also covers framing business opportunities as well as managing risk, right? Also, this degree leads to a surge in the financial as well as the data literacy, right? So while it is not a finance or accounting degree, however, it cannot be denied that management curriculum, dear ladies and gentlemen, it contains core courses in financial management and data analysis, right? So students they learn how to interpret budgets, financial statements, and performance metrics in order to inform business decisions, right? Data literacy skills are they are crucial for organizing, for analyzing, as well as drawing insights from company information, right? Also, we talk about marketing and sales management, right? Management degrees, well, they basically provide an overview of marketing as well as the sales concepts. So students they develop abilities to conduct market research, formulate promotional plans, and apply customer relationship management strategies, right? These skills allow managers to lead marketing initiatives as well as sales teams, right? Another learning curve for us is HRM, that is human resource management, right? So HR management is a central component of any management program, right? It covers best practices for recruiting, developing, as well as retaining employees, right? The coursework, it explores, what shall I say? It explores compensation, it explores labor relations, training, it surveys compliance, it investigates tools that are of paramount importance for improving the workplace culture as well as productivity, right? Another learning curve for us is going to be operations as well as technology management, ladies and gentlemen, right? Now, even though management science is less technical than the supply chain programs, the management degrees they survey production processes, right? They survey efficiency optimizations, they survey technological integration, right? And now this knowledge is basically going to equip graduates to oversee operations team, to spearhead the process improvements, to manage system implementation in order to increase productivity, right? So there are many benefits of earning a management degree. Rather than specializing early, a general management education, it helps students, discover their passions, find out their strengths, right? You see that core business, it is quintessentially speaking, fellas, it is building a holistic understanding of how company departments intersect, before they focus deeper into their respective concentrations, right? This business breadth, basically, it becomes invaluable. It becomes exquisite for managerial decision making, right? And these management degrees, they enable varied job trajectories across many industries. I'm talking about roles like operation manager, marketing manager, project manager. You got human resource manager. You have the executive officer. You could become a management consultant. You could become an entrepreneur, right? So, long story short, the graduates, right? They can sort of pivot into these diverse functions or companies without needing to retrain, right? So concentrations, they also allow customization for specific interests in fields like hospitality, healthcare, sports, or the public sector, right? Also, management science causes an increased earning potential, right? So the broad competencies and leadership abilities that are basically gained with management degrees, right? They're translated into higher lifetime earnings, right? So you talk about the Georgia University Center on Education and the Workforce. Well, it places lifetime earnings for general business majors at approximately 3.3 million US dollars, which is the second highest amount, dear ladies and gentlemen, among all college majors, right? Now, specifically for management occupations, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, well, it reports a median annual wage of 105,660 US dollars for administrative service managers and 107,640 US dollars for financial managers, right? And these salaries significantly outpace the overall annual wage of $41,950 for all US occupations, right? Another advantage of management science, my dear students, my dear viewers, is that it causes upward mobility, right? So while entry level management trainees may perform grunt work, menial work, donkey work, whatever fancy terminology you want to give it, they are also able to access mentorship opportunities, right? They're able to get access to training programs in order to propel their careers forward, right? Companies, they now know in the 21st century that strong leadership talent, it remains scarce, it remains short. So they actively groom promising managers for increased responsibilities as well as pay, right? In fact, LinkedIn's 2020 Emerging Jobs Report, it basically identified management and leadership as the fastest growing job category over the last 5 years. So we feel like the demand for skilled managers, it will only intensify as the baby boomers, well, they continue retiring from leadership roles, right? And another plus of this degree is that it leads to transferable skills, right? Should your interest shift, or in the event of economic instability, hitting certain sectors, the management degree holders can pivot into diverse occupations more easily than niche specializations, right? So these well-rounded competencies, my dear folks, they transfer as valuable assets across the industries, right? So during economic recession, there is broad-based business training that is offering greater insulation from unemployment as compared to roles which are requiring, let's say, narrow technical abilities right now. The flexible skill sets, they make management degree holders resilient amidst industry changes as well as economic fluctuations, right? So next up, we talk about the potential drawbacks of a management degree, right? What are the drawbacks, right? Well, I would say for starters, there's a lack of specialized expertise, right? So what do we mean by that? A lack of specialized expertise, right? So, while management degrees, they do bestow you with certain general business acumen, they can lack the specialized depth that the recruiters are basically seeking for certain functions like accounting or finance or IT or engineering, right? And graduates now, they may need to supplement education with technical skills or credentials in order to access some, let's say, highly specialized roles, right? However, management students can tailor concentrations, internships, and electives in order to build expertise for the chosen focus areas, right? For example, a student who is interested in consulting can take psychology as well as data analysis courses. For instance, to illustrate, an aspiring hospitality manager may gain restaurant operation experiences from a hotel minor and internships, right? So also we need to understand, guys, that not all programs offer equal value, right? So the quality as well as the content of management curriculums, they vary significantly between schools and programs, right? So you have prestigious business schools which do confer valuable credentials for executive tracks. However, lower caliber institutions, right, they produce graduates with commodity skills. So discerning the program value based on the faculty expertise, internship opportunities, alumni outcomes, and employer reputation. My dear students, it becomes critical for maximizing program investment, right? So also, like I said before, the knowledge is quite generalized, right? So some critics argue that management programs, right, they teach broad concepts without imparting deep functional abilities, right? Students gather bits of knowledge about various business disciplines without fully mastering any single competency, right? However, holistic business insight, right? Sorry, holistic business insight, it basically, fellas, it builds strategic thinking capabilities, which are very crucial, which are very important for management roles, right? So specialists, they often end up developing, what shall I say, tunnel vision, right? Whereas the managers must connect the wider dots and establishing the breadth first. The thing is, it also allows students to determine their concentration areas in order to open the door for deeper expertise development, right? So, which degree do you study, right? First of all, what are the degrees that are available for us, right? Obviously, we start from a generic point of view with a bachelor's degree in management, right? So, my dear students, a bachelor's degree in management, right? It takes 4 years and provides well-rounded business training for entering the managerial work, right? So, while specific requirements they vary, most programs they cover general education plus the business core and concentration courses for around 120 total credits, right? So now with focused electives, you now have students per se who can orient programs towards specific interests like international business, entrepreneurship, hospitality, sports, public administration, or healthcare management, right? There are top schools which also integrate hands-on learning through case competitions, through consulting projects, through professional development, as well as numerous study abroad opportunities. Now, for those people, especially who lack direction, that's what I say. Introductory management courses, they help identify strengths as well as passions to inform concentration choices, right? So with personalized curriculum, with experiential learning, you have motivated students which gain skills to immediately contribute in full-time manager roles or graduate programs, right? However, you got low quality schools which are offering business degrees with little distinction. And guess what? They also exist, right? So, discerning the program value as well as the postgraduate outcomes, my dear students, it becomes a very critical factor when you are selecting the bachelor's programs in order to maximize the investment value, right? Next up, you talk about an MBA, a master's in business administration, right? So, for working professionals, right, MBA programs offer management skill development while earning higher salaries, right? The best MBA curriculums, they blend business theory with hands-on learning for immediate workplace application, right? Programs they take 1 to 2 years to complete full-time or 2 to 3 years part-time, right? The required coursework builds advanced business strategy, it builds leadership, it also builds, my dear students, decision-making competencies in you, right? The electives, well, they enable the specialization into the preferred management focus area. Now, top full-time MBA programs, they additionally foster closely knit communities with vast alumni networks, right? However, beyond elite schools, part-time MBA programs maximize value for those who are unable to leave the jobs. Quality regional schools with evening or weekend options, they best accommodate working managers who are seeking promotions, right? Next up, we talk about masters in management, right? So increasingly popular masters in management programs, they basically help bachelor degree holders pivot into business, right? So these specialized master degrees, they provide fundamental management training for career changers lacking business backgrounds, right? The masters in management curriculums, they resemble compressed MBAs with similar core courses and concentrations, right? However, what sets the Master in Management program apart from its rest of its competitors is that the Master in Management program at your students, it accepts students with a minimal degree of work experience who focus more on technical skill building. This degree's value, it basically stems from unlocking the business world access for non-business majors, right? So this program generally takes 1 to 2 years to complete if you're studying full-time, and it takes like around, you could say, 2 to 3 years if you're studying part-time, right? Top schools, they integrate consulting projects, they integrate business competitions, as well as corporate partnerships for applied learning, right? Students, they also obtain work authorization for international internships in order to build global experience, right? So this brings us to the question, which degree level is right for you, right? So I would say for deciding which degree level is right for you, there are some things you need to look at. Number one, for if you talk about recent high school graduates, right? The bachelor's degree, it makes sense over the advanced degrees because the 4 year program, it builds business knowledge, right? It gives you professional maturity before you enter full-time management roles. However, students should still target respectable institutions, right? The second or third tier schools, they can lack recruiting pipelines into strong companies, right? So graduating from branded business schools, it earns immediate credibility, it earns alumni connections, and also earns, what shall I say, access to top employers, right? Then I would say when deciding which degree level is important, also remember that those who are looking to transition into business, those who are looking to transition into business from non-management backgrounds, they should start with a master in management program in order to bridge the knowledge gaps, right? These specialized masters, it efficiently integrates prerequisite business courses before advancing into management concentrations, right? The master in management graduates, right, they enter the entry level business roles on an equal footing with bachelor degree holders. Now, the top programs with industry partnerships, they further ease our transitions into companies which are recruiting management trainees, right? Placement rates for leading schools, they are north of 90%. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is a very good indicator for you, right? And also, when deciding which degree role is important for us, especially for working professionals, I would add that employed managers who are seeking promotions, right? They utilize part time MBAs to augment their skill levels while working in conjunction, in parallel, right? So, MBA electives, they allow customization to bolster specific management capabilities needed for advancing, right? However, low to mid tier regional MBA programs, they better suit working managers than elite schools, right? So while less prestigious, local programs, they provide flexibility for those unable to leave jobs. And cohorts of experienced peers also promote I would say they also promote rich networking, right? Which brings us to some questions, right? The questions are, do we need a work experience before applying for a management degree, right? So I feel I've just answered that question. That bachelor's and master's in management programs, they welcome students with minimal experience. This is more of a recap, guys, of what we've said so far, right? However, your work history, it strengthens the MBA applications by demonstrating the impact of the respective candidate, right? Now, the top MBA programs, they require around 3 to 5 years of experience with increasing responsibilities, right? And applicants, they outline how they drive strategy, how they lead teams, how they overcome challenges and deliver the results, right? So the also another question would be at this stage that what concentrations are best for management degrees, right? So I would say that in that case, my popular options would probably be marketing management, finance management, you got entrepreneurship, there is hospitality management, there's leadership and change management, you got human resource management, there is global management as well as decision analytics, right? Is a management degree better than an MBA? I think I've just answered that question already. Can I get a management job without a business degree? Yes, you can, right? Don't be fooled by the tongues of the vipers that you can't. Yes, you can. I repeat, many companies do hire managers with degrees in engineering, with degrees in IT, healthcare, and other specialties to oversee related functions, right? We know it's an internet-wide, satellite covered global village at the end of the day, dear ladies and gentlemen, right? However, targeted management degrees, they strengthen the candidacy's portfolio, right? Some employers may require a master's degree for upper management roles in certain fields like engineering, nursing, or public administration. And specialized management degrees, for example, MHA or MSCM, right? They help transition the experts into leadership roles, right? Then, should I get a double major or a minor if pursuing a management degree? This is another question we get at this stage, right? That Hamza, should I get a double major or a minor if pursuing a management degree, right? So, guys, you need to understand that double majors or minors, they help build expertise in specialized functions that you aim to manage long term, right? For example, pairing a management major with an accounting, IT, or engineering minor, it equips overseeing those departments, right? Minors also help hedge against industry changes, and having a technical skill foundation allows you to pivot your management career more nimbly. That's what I say. So, guys, what are my key takeaways, right? My key takeaways from this would be that management degrees, to summarize this discussion in a nutshell, the management degrees, they build versatile leadership. They build business acumen that is applicable across a plethora of roles and industries, right? Programs, they provide strategic oversight for coordinating various organizational functions. Students gain people management, they gain communication, they work on their critical thinking, they get to bolster their analytical abilities for managerial as well as executive positions, right? And graduates access diverse career trajectories with high earning trajectories based on leadership responsibilities, right? And management competencies, they enable shifting roles fluidly as the interests involve, I would say. So we need to remember that program quality as well as the networking value, they vary greatly. You know, researching your outcomes, your faculty internships, researching alumni connections, researching the recruiting pipelines, right? It is very crucial if you want to maximize the investment value. That's what I say. For recent high school grads, the reputable bachelor's programs, they establish business foundations for managerial work, right? So working professionals, they utilize part-time MBAs to augment the management skills, while career changers, they leverage the master in management to pivot into business roles. Overall, a degree's ultimate worth, ladies and gentlemen, it sort of manifests through graduates who are unlocking fulfilling as well as prosperous management pathways that are aligned with personal vision, right? So, with smart degree investments and performance execution, the potential remains highly promising, which brings me to my corollary or my conclusion that yes, a degree is in management science is worth it at the end of the day, right? And just icing on the cake, those of you who are aspiring on going down this track, right? Just a couple of success stories to motivate you, right? In the field of management. You might be aware of Dr. Amjad Saqib. He is a Pakistani social entrepreneur and a management science visionary. He is the founder of Akuat Foundation, the world's largest interest-free microfinance organization. Now, Dr. Saqib envisioned a system that eliminates the financial barriers for the underprivileged. Since its inception in 2001, Akuat has dispersed over 200 billion Pakistani rupees for the underprivileged. Since its inception in 2001, Akuat has disbursed over PKR 200 billion in interest-free loans to 5.5 million families across Pakistan. And that is an overwhelming statistic, for lack of a better word, guys. So his effective use of, I would say, strategic planning, of resource mobilization and leadership skills in building an inclusive financial model, that is basically a testament, I would say, to the transformative power of management sciences, right? Akuat has also established schools, clinics, as well as vocational centers, which are proving how managerial expertise can lead to large scale societal development, right? Similarly, we talk about Sayyid Babar Ali, who is a prominent Pakistani entrepreneur as well as a philanthropist, right? He's known for founding Packages Limited as well as co-founding the LUMS, that is Lahore University of Management Sciences. Now, starting with a small family business, right? Babar Ali applied innovative business strategies and partnerships to grow Packages Limited into one of the largest packaging companies in South Asia, right? His dedication to education led him to establish LUMS, which has become one of the top business schools in Asia, that is producing thousands of graduates who are skilled in arenas of management as well as leadership, right? So his story showcases how strategic vision and leadership in management sciences can contribute to both industrial and educational advancements, right? Then you have, if you talk about a couple of foreign success stories to wrap it up, right? Indra Nui, right, is an Indian American business executive. She transformed PepsiCo during her tenure as CEO from 2006 to 2018. So, coming from a modest background, her journey to becoming one of the world's most influential women, it demonstrates the power of education as well as perseverance, right? Now, the lady earned degrees in management from prestigious institutions like ILM Calcutta and Yale, and she spearheaded PepsiCo's strategic shift towards healthier products. And this basically in the process resulted in a revenue increase from 35 billion US dollars to 63.5 billion US dollars during her leadership, right? So her innovative leadership, her I would say her amazing focus on sustainability as well as her emphasis on employee development, it highlights the importance of strong managerial skills in shaping global corporations. And last but not least, you got Howard Schultz. I hope I pronounced it correctly. Howard Schultz, I guess. Apologies if I don't, the man listening to me out there. The former CEO of Starbucks, right? He basically turned a small coffee shop into a global coffee chain with over 35,000 stores worldwide, right? Howard grew up in a working class neighborhood and pursued a degree in management sciences to climb the corporate ladder, right? He revolutionized the concept of coffee retail by integrating customer experience with brand identity, therefore creating a third place between home as well as work, right? So under his leadership, Starbucks annual revenue, it basically grew from 4 billion US dollars in 2000 to 26.5 billion US dollars in 2018. His focus on, I would say, employee benefits, on ethical sourcing and innovation has made Starbucks a model for sustainable business practices as well as employee centric management, right? So, to sum it up in a nutshell, my dear students, my dear viewers, honorable ladies and gentlemen, these stories from Pakistan and abroad, they are highlighting how valuable a degree in management science can be if you utilize it the right way, how it enables individuals to drive transformation in businesses and the greater society, from empowering communities to leading global corporations. The field is offering diverse opportunities for those with strategic vision as well as a passion for leadership, right? And students pursuing management sciences can aspire to create impact in any sector they choose, proving that the potential of this field knows no bounds, right? So that is all for now, guys. We'll be back soon with much more quality content. And please stay subscribed. Bundle of thanks for your amazing support. And please don't hesitate to like, share, and subscribe and reach out in the comment section in case of any queries, right? We'll be back soon with more stuff. Until then, just Keep rocking and stay blessed. God bless you all. Assalamu alaikum.